Hello everyone! Today we'll have a new lesson about MS Word creating and opening. In creating, there are several ways you can create a new document, such as starting with a blank document, from an existing document, and from an existing template. In terms of starting with a blank document, when you start Word, a new blank document and a blank page is automatically created for you. You can easily create a blank document by selecting File, then New, and clicking on the blank document hyperlink in the New Document task pane. You can also use the shortcut key Ctrl-N. Alternatively, you can use the button on the standard toolbar. The new blank document creates a new document with a single page. When a document is opened, the name of the document is displayed in the title bar or top left corner. By default, every new document consists of a single page. From an existing document, it is possible to create a new document which is based on an existing document. Select File, then New, and to display the New Document task pane, and click on the From Existing Document hyperlink. In Word 2002, this hyperlink is called Choose Document. This displays the New From Existing Document dialog box, which can be used to select the document you want to use. Once you have selected an existing document, all the pages from this document will be used to create a new document. From an existing template, select from My Computer from the New Document task pane to display the familiar Templates dialog box. The most important reminder, if the name of the document does not have an extension associated with it, then the document has never been saved. Let's talk about the opening. Displaying the file, then open dialog box. It is possible to open more than one file by holding down the Control key and selecting with files with your mouse. Look in. It displays the folder where the workbook will be saved, name of the currently open disk drive or folder. To change to a different disk drive or folder, open the Save In drop-down list and click the letter of the disk drive or name of the folder, F4 or Alt-I. File name, the name of the file you want to open. File subtype, it provides a list of all the different formats you can open using Excel. Open, it opens the workbook that is currently selected. And Cancel closes the dialog box. Backup, it displays the contents of the previous file or folder list, such as L1. Up one level displays the contents of the folder or drive that holds the currently displayed folder. For example, if you open the My Documents folder in Drive C and then click the Up one level button, you open User Name folder where username is the name you enter to log in to Windows, such as Alt2. Search the web, it displays a screen that helps you track down a particular website or Alt3. Then Delete. It removes a currently selected file or folder and places it in the Windows Recycle bin or Alt4. In Creating New Folder, creates a new empty folder on the currently selected drive or in the currently open folder. For example, if My Documents is selected, click Create New Folder to make a folder inside the My Documents folder. When you click Create New Folder, the Create New Folder dialog box appears, asking you to type a name for the folder. Type a name that's unique and descriptive but brief and click OK, then Alt-5. In terms of view, it displays a list of available ways. The Save As dialog box can display the contents of the currently selected disk drive or folder, such as thumbnails, the small pictures of the first page of each file, tiles, large icons that represent folders and file types, icons, small icons that represent folders and file types, the list or file names, details like file names, sizes, and dates, the properties like file names and information, the preview or file names with the preview of the currently selected file, or arrange icons by name, file, type, or date, or Alt 6. In navigation bar, this is displayed on the left and displays commonly accessed locations. History. This is the history of all the recently opened files, then followed by My Documents, then Desktop that gives you quick access to the files currently saved on the desktop. Next is the Favorites, then My Network Places, shared drives, and folders on your network. In terms of Open drop-down menu, it opens the workbook allowing you to read, change, and save the original file. The Open Read-Only, wherein it opens the workbook in read-only format. Open as Copy opens a new copy of the original workbook. This copy is saved in the same folder as the original, then followed by Open in Browser, Open with Transform, and Open and Repair. That this is exactly the same as selecting Help, then Detect and Repair once the workbook is open. How about Tools drop-down menu? This drop-down menu can also be activated by pressing Alt 7 or Alt L. It is followed by Search, Delete, Rename, Print, Add to Favorites, Add to My Places, Map Network Drive, and Properties. Reminder, to enable the Save As or Open dialog box to display a one-page preview of a workbook, you must turn on the Preview option for the workbook. With the workbook open in Excel, open the File menu and click Properties. Click the Summary tab and click the Save Preview Picture checkbox, then click OK. This dialog box can alternatively be displayed by using the shortcut key or Ctrl-O. You can copy, rename, and delete files from within the File Open dialog box. It is possible to open multiple workbooks at the same time as long as they are in the same folder. Hold down the Shift and Control keys to allow you to select multiple files in the File Open dialog box. You can also use the right mouse button to select any file and display a shortcut menu, then just click the desired option. This dialog box can be resized. Documents saved in your startup folder will not be opened automatically when you start Word. And let's proceed to the opening in terms of navigating. These are Edit, then Find and Replace, and Go to tab. F5, Ctrl G, Edit, then Go to, or Browse Object button. In navigating, the two double-headed arrow buttons on the vertical scroll bar will move you to either the previous or next page. The button in between this allows you to move through your documents, tapping at particular objects, for example, headings, tables, charts, and so on. In scroll bars, if the text you want to look at is not on the current page, then you can use the scroll bars to move up and down within your document. Scroll bars located along the right and bottom edges of the editing window. You can also quickly reposition the insertion point by clicking anywhere within your document using the left mouse button. There is a vertical scroll bar that allows you to move through a document. To move to a specific location, click the scroll box and drag it up or down. As you drag the scroll box, the document will scroll and a screen tip will appear indicating the page number you have scrolled to. To move up and down by one screen, click anywhere in the vertical scroll bar area above or below the scroll box. If you are using the standard heading styles in your document, then the screen tip will also display the heading for the current page as well as the page number. Word also provides a horizontal scroll bar that lets you move from left to right. This is useful when the page is wider than the editing window, which is often the case when you are working with landscape pages. If your document is just slightly wider than the window, it is possible to display all the text on the screen without scrolling by using the Wrap to Window option. Select Tools, then Options, or View tab, then Wrap to Window. Another option is to reduce the window percentage slightly from, let's say, 100% to 90%. How about choosing the Edit then Go to dialog box? You can customize the way you search in your document. Above and below the two scrolling arrows on the right-hand side are two double arrow buttons. These default to moving to the next and previous pages respectively, although you can also maneuver by heading, graphic, field, table, section, comment, or footnote. How about Browse Object? This is also known as the document browser. It is important to navigate through your document by specific objects. Click the Browse Object button on the vertical scroll bar. Click the button for the type of browsing you would like to do. The double arrows will change color to indicate this. To stop browsing by an object, just click Browse Object and select to range or page. Control Page Up and Control Page Down. To check the element, the Browse Object is currently set to hover the mouse over one of the double arrow buttons. So here, the Browse Object, it may have Go to Tab, Find Tab, Edit to Edit, Heading to Heading, Graphic to Graphic, Table to Table, Field to Field, EndNote to EndNote, Footnote to Footnote, Comment to Comment, Section to Section, and Page to Page. Important reminder, the end moves to the end of the current line, while the home moves to the start of the current line. Next is the opening in terms of compatibility. Here we can see the compatibility checker. Then opening in terms of file extensions. The file extensions sample are BAK, CSS or a cascading style sheet, DAT, DOC, a Word document file, DOT, which is a Word template file, DLL, or a dynamic link library file used to contain code, TIFF, which is a tag image file format, TMP, and WLL, which is a Word link library. And how about the opening in terms of startup switches? In startup switches, when you open a Word, a lot of the settings are read from the Windows registry, including details of any built-in add-ins that are currently installed. There are a number of command line switches that can also be used to affect the way the Word starts. These switches can be added to the properties of a shortcut that starts Word. Examples are /A opens Word without any of the global template and add-ins, including the normal dot template. /C opens Word and starts a net meeting. /L folder path opens Word and loads a particular add-in. /M opens Word without running any auto-exec macros. /M macro name opens Word and runs a specific macro. /N opens Word without a blank document. /N macro name opens Word and runs the specific macro without running an auto-exec macros. /Q opens Word without displaying the splash screen. /R start Word in background and re-registers it before closing. /Save opens Word without loading any of the global templates and add-ins in without a new blank document. /T template name opens Word with a new document based on a given template. /W opens Word with a new blank document and using the start then run. The easiest way to run Excel with additional switches is to use the command line. All you need to do is select Start, then Run, and type the full folder path of the winword.exe file. This folder path needs to be enclosed in parentheses with the corresponding startup switch added afterwards. Here's the example of using Start, then Run. How about the Save mode? Press Shift at the start or use the Save switch at the command line. opens Word without loading any of the global templates and add-ins and without a new blank document. Help, then About Word, click the Disabled Items button to select the items you then want to enable. An important reminder, any files that are in the Startup directory will be opened automatically instead of the blank document. How about opening in terms of displaying? In displaying, the default for Word 2003 is to display all your open documents as a separate icon on the taskbar. If you have a large number of Word documents currently open and you are using Windows XP, then they will be automatically reduced to a single group icon on the taskbar. In displaying, it is also possible to switch this option off if you want to save space in the taskbar. Select Tools, then Options or View tab, then Windows in taskbar, and uncheck this checkbox. If you switch this option off, the only way to switch between the different windows is to use the Window drop-down menu. You will also notice that the Maximize and Restore buttons will reappear on the menu bar. In moving between multiple documents, it is possible to have more than one document open at the same time. This is a useful technique because it makes your documents more accessible. You can use the Windows menu to quickly switch between your open documents. The Window drop-down menu always lists all the documents that are currently open. It is also very handy to remind yourself what files you have got open. The document that is currently displayed has a tick against it. Alternatively, you can use the shortcut key Ctrl F6 to toggle between your open documents. How about arranging your documents? If you have several documents open, some of them might be hidden from view. You can display the contents of multiple documents at the same time. Select Window, then Arrange All to display all the open documents arranged horizontally. This is an example of arranging your documents. In minimizing a document, if you want to temporarily remove one of the open documents from view, you can minimize the window. In the top right-hand corner of the active document or window, there are three control buttons. Minimize. This will minimize your window or document and place a small icon in the bottom left corner of your application. The title on the window will be the name of the document. Restore. It restores the window to its original size before it was maximized or minimized. How about maximize? It increased the size of the window to fill the whole screen. While the close, this will close the document or window. Some important reminders. The difference between a window and a document is that you can have several windows to the same document. You can use the shortcut keys Ctrl F6 and Ctrl Shift F6 to move between all the open documents or windows. And that's all for the discussion about the Microsoft Word creating and opening. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.